Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. This is a big one. You have Dark Warrior, a more recent deck from 2019, Master Rule 4 by the way, don't forget that, versus one of the most hyped up decks, at least for me, Adamancipator 2020. So, you know, not really a deck that's like was ever legal for play for the TCG if I'm not mistaken, because it was handled quite quickly, I can say, with Block Dragon, as you see here at 3 in the main deck. Again, I think the decklist speaks for itself. Almost pretty much full force, full power Adamancipator, having access to a Helki Fibrex, Link Cross, you know, the full package, with, you know, the Synchro Tuner, the level 3, and go from there, right? It's paired up against Dark Warrior, so RHONGO Turbo, Heroic Champion, you know, however you want to pronounce it, or call the deck, right? Featuring Gumblar, not to forget. So which deck has the advantage? That's an interesting one. You saw the percentages. The people see or kinda prefer Dark Warrior a bit more over Adamancipator. I could see why. There is, I mean, as you saw, this is a deck list 60 cards by the way, so I changed it over the Goki list I featured, you know, some weeks ago as a suggested list, but this feels far more being Dark Warrior, right? So full focused on the, you know, I mean, well, he's all into summon sorcerers, and you know, there were some possibilities back then, back in 2019, to play Dark Warrior, little like 40, a little over 40 cards, but 60 cards were definitely relevant. Also, you know, kind of lowering your chances of drawing your equips. Same, you know, with Infernal One Knight. So what does the deck do? This is the 60 card variant, having access to Zephyros, thanks to Summon Sorcerers eventually. You can go for Steam the Cloak, again also a wing beast if I'm not mistaken, right? And long story short, the deck has the capability to make RHONGO Bongo here, you know, with 2 materials, but then there was the card, you know, Gossip Shadow, right? That negates like monster effects, but you can easily make it with any level 3 monsters, to level 3 or more, and then use Gossip Shadows or one of its effects to equip it to, in this case, RHONGO, right? So give RHONGO at least 5 materials, so during your opponent's turn, your opponent is not able to, I believe, summon monsters, so the only thing I can do is set. That's basically it. And back in 2019, that was a Dark Warrior Danger format, so heavy monster oriented, right? And if you had RHONGO, it was basically almost game. And the thing is that, as you see here, I mean, this is like a perfect example for the RHONGO deck, is that one of its 5 materials would always be Destrudo, and of course during your end phase of your opponent's end phase, well, during you know, your opponent's end phase, you need to detach of RHONGO, and that will be your Destrudo, and you know, during your next turn you'll always be able to make the second level 7 synchro play, being Yazi. And again, Yazi into Mare, into, you know, Boral Sword and go for game. That was basically the strategy behind the deck. But again, super consistent. That's the thing, right? The deck can definitely play through 1 hand trap, 2 might be a lot. But that's the thing here with Adamancipator. It's one of the more recent decks. It has access to the more powerful, you know, side cards from the top of my head. But I don't think Dark Ruler is in here. But stuff like Nibiru main deck, Impermanence is strong, Veiler in the side deck, Ash Blossom in there as well, you know. And the thing is that this is Adamancipator, Prime Adamancipator, and as you know, 1 Helki Fibrex is basically full combo. Any tuner, or, you know, like combination of tuner, non-tuner, whatever, if you can make Helki, that's full combo, because of Link Cross, because of, you know, Marcher into Reptite, and from there, that's basically your full force or full Adamancipator package, right? So again, you having access to Block Dragon, and if you didn't play during that time, even though it was a little under a year ago, the fact that you, like this Block Dragon, well, its effect is once per turn, its search effect is once per turn, right? So it's crazy, right, that you can search your entire Adamancipator package off of 1 Block Dragon when it's sent to the graveyard. That effect is once per turn, but its summon effect, for whatever reason, is not once per turn. So you could, let's say, special summon it, use it for Link Summon for an early Appaloosa, for example. Make sure that you know, your opponent won't Nibiru you, for example. And then, you know, you will just search your other pieces and establish this particular board. I probably should have protected my Appaloosa a bit more, but I don't, well, It really doesn't matter, right? There was still the, I believe Savage was still there, and I think was the Unicorn play still there, or already used it up, not sure, but I mean, it doesn't matter, right? So game number 3, again, I'm indeed going second, and if I remember correctly, triple Nibiru are, you know, main decked. There is, I believe I also side decked double Veiler, double Blossom, triple Impermanence is there, so now with the opening end, I only see one negation, and that's a problem, because that one negation is going to definitely be activated on Isolde's second effect, preventing the Armageddonite from coming out. But then, you know, the warrior deck with its multiple extenders is definitely able to play around it and recover from that. A couple of options here is to just go for Gumblar and kind of, you know, force your opponent to discard up to, I guess, maybe with like the hand trap now, maybe 2 to 4 disruptions or discards from your opponent or for your opponent. There is Gumblar again, like that activates once per turn, like when a monster is special summoned to any monster where a link monster is pointing towards to. Both players need to discard 1 or 2 cards, depending on, you know, which cards or how many cards you as a controller discards, right? And but again, it's only once per turn, so during your opponent's turn you want to have something like Shade Brigandine to force that special summon and the discard for your opponent. And having the Fog Blade, yeah, that's definitely a big deal. Is it Seeker? Yeah, it's Seeker. But the thing is now is that my opponent can't attack over Seeker. Not sure if there probably no follow-up play off of the small PK package. Again, you know, like most follow-up play after this was to, you know, use the Shade Brigandine. Yeah, I was about to say that for the Destrudo, right? But and for the Yahtzee, there it is. Basically going for Mare. I can tag up. It's not going. Well, maybe I just scoop up my cards a bit too soon. Not sure if this is game, but as you saw or as you see or seeing is that my next card is, if I'm not mistaken, was Impermanence. I checked it during the replays, so it didn't matter. It was always game rights. So game number 4, again, I go first. So I side-decked the exchange. That's a cool one. So again, pump out my board. Doki for now is useless, so I'm going to use exchange and, you know, kind of force out Impermanence. So that's cool. So again, I can go for an easy Helki. I don't need to fear Nibiru, even without exchange, right? I think there is only Imperm. Are there other hand traps? Not sure. But yeah, I mean... whatever. Again, Helgi Firebrex is full combo, so Reptide hopefully hitting something, revealing anything doesn't really matter too much. Any, you know, level 4 package would do, rank 4 exceed for Block Dragon, and Block Dragon again opens up your full Adamancipator package. Going for an early Appaloosa, we know the hand here, and I believe Seeker is still there, Research is also still live, so they'll both be hitting the field soon. You know, you're just wanting to hit some regular, normal Earth/Rock types, right, to be special summoned of the smaller Adamancipators. Hit Doki, that's cool, because Reptide is a level 6 tuner, because, you know, Marcher, right? Going for Boral Savage, yeah, for the one of Omni Negation. The Adamancipator Link, level 8 Synchro play should be hitting the board as well. And of course, Block Dragon for the multiple Broken Search during my opponent's turn as well. So we now see, I believe the red layer was a new card, so we know the hand. So going for Unicorn to bounce back Creffer, you know, because of the, what is it called? The Idol, yeah, is a dark, right? So your opponent, you know, like Creffer can be activated with that. So let's just bounce it back and get the 3 searches, and this should be game, even though Analyzer is not going to connect. But again, there is still Block Dragon that can activate itself, and just, you know, it's basically a big body, and you can link it away for multiple searches. Again, it's quite of a crazy card. So yeah, it all comes down to this, and game number 5, still no Nibiru, but I'm not complaining. 2 hand traps, 2 disruptions, so that's cool. The Ash Blossom was forced out on Connector, I believe the name is, because again, you know, Dolphin and Imperm on Isolde's second effect, but now it's kind of hope that, you know, like Warriors cannot extend even more. But the thing here is that, well, obviously it can, right? But The thing is that, okay, if you know, like the deck is going to Gumblar me, there's Block Dragon, right? Triple Block Dragon in my main deck. So there is always a chance that Gumblar would just discard Block Dragon, even though it doesn't really matter too much, because Block Dragon can also use or banish the monsters from my hand. So I need to top deck, I believe, another Earth one to, and there it is. So that's cool, because again, Gumblar is going to discard too, and I can pick my cards, right? So discard Block Dragon, trying to go for Analyzer to force out the known Fog Blade, yep. So that's cool. Normal summon Doki, going for the Hell, and again Helki, even without Block Dragon, this would have been game. Not sure if you know the last card in hand, but again, Imperm would have been set, right? You know, from the top of my head, and that's basically it, right? Lancia, maybe? Not sure if it's there, but again, Helki is full combo, is your Reptide, plus a level 2 on the field, and you know, you need to be somewhat lucky off of Reptide, hitting one of your Adamancipator monsters, and you know, the chain resolves eventually, and because of I already have my Block Dragon, I don't need to go for my rank 4 exceed, and I can just extend my field, and eventually go for the level 8 synchro, and you know, bounce away the entire board, and I mean, dropping Idol, going for Savage, I guess, for more negation, just in case. Dryad is indeed going to hit for 3 or 4, not sure. Will eventually bounce back 3, I guess, having Appaloosa on board. Gigantus hits the board, going for Carrier. There, oh, right, there is no Buster Lock, and it wasn't, well, it was... I can't really say it was common, because all of the, you know, Adamancipator lists were evolving throughout these months of online tournaments, but I mean, this particular list didn't run it in the main deck also. I could agree, it's still a brick, but nonetheless it's still very powerful, even with Union Carrier, right? But it was, you know, up to you. So Carrier is still there to send Block Dragon, eventually, you know, indirectly to the graveyard. So I think this was a good match, but in hindsight, Adamancipator kind of had this, more hand traps, more disruption, even though both decks are disgusting, right? Next matchup, all the way back to the beginning, that should be Reasoning Gate OTK versus X-Sabers. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.